We will see Trey Lance making his first NFL start as Jimmy Garoppolo officially out Sunday against the Cardinals. The Cardinals, the only remaining undefeated team in the NFL. And it's a situation where the calf is still bothering Jimmy G. He did not practice today. So now we see Trey Lance with this opportunity. RC, what do you expect the 49ers offense to look like with Trey Lance getting his first career start?
Well, you know what, Laura? It's not about what I expect. It should have been about what the San Francisco 49ers expected. And you should have expected that Jimmy G would miss a game in the first 4 games anyway, so Trey Lance should have been prepared. And now what I expect is that they'll be more prepared for Trey Lance this game than they were for him in the second half last week. Last week, they looked disjointed. They didn't look like they had things on the same page. Trey Lance wasn't accurate. I expect more quarterback runs from Trey Lance. I expect more getting Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle involved in the play early, getting the ball out of Trey Lance's hand and allowing him easy reads, and so those guys can get yards after the catch. And also expect some planned shots. When you have a dude with a strong arm who is talented like Trey Lance, you have to give him a couple of opportunities with one-on-one coverage to take some shots down the field. We saw the huge play early on in the preseason. Deebo Samuel runs wide open against the Seattle Seahawks last week. If you can hit some of those plays, I think you take the pressure off of Trey Lance to continue to be consistent play after play, play in, play out. Allow some of that athleticism and explosion to work for you if you're Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, the talent that Trey Lance has is undeniable, but RC, this is a tough Cardinals defense. You even talked about it earlier in the week with what they can do and what they present, really being a complete team on the defensive and offensive side. Let's switch to the Cardinals offense, though, Key. How do you try and slow down Kyler Murray and what this Cards offense wants to do?
Hell, I don't know. It's like this question comes up every single week, right? Every week we say, how can we do this to Kyler Murray? The first thing we say is, hey, keep him in the pocket, hold your contain. And then what happens? Somebody allows him outside the pocket, then he just shreds the defense. This is what I think you have to do. I think you got to take away, you have to start by trying to take away his number one option. And that would be DeAndre Hopkins. And then you got to figure out how to slow down A.J. Green. Oh, by the way, they may mix in Kristen Kirk. But now they've discovered in Cliff Kingsbury's system that we can actually run the football as we saw them do against the Los Angeles Rams. So I'm not really sure what you can do to slow Mighty Mouse down. I just don't, I have no idea. I don't have an answer. I really don't, RC.
He's been shredding people inside the pocket, too. I mean, come on.
No, he's been absolutely losing his mind this year.
Phenomenal.
When you look at Kyler Murray.
And people say, well, keep him in the pocket because he can't see. You let him outside the pocket. He's going to do this. I don't know, man. I've given up. I really have given up.
Hey, if you go back to Kyler Murray in high school, all the dude's ever done is defy odds, right? It's always been about his height. It's been about his size. And people have said, well, keep him in the pocket. The problem is that you can't. Right now, people say, okay, let's make him throw from the pocket. And he's showing us this year that he can make plays on time. He can make plays from the pocket. And he can also make throws against the blitz. And so now it's going to be, how do you out-scheme the Arizona Cardinals? And that's where Cliff Kingsbury comes into play. He was picked up, or he was hired, because he said, I can go get Kyler Murray, and I can make us an unstoppable offense. Well, guess what? Through 4 games, he's done that. You have Edmonds and Connor out of the backfield. You now have Rondale Moore, who reminds me of Percy Harvin, and we all know what DeAndre Hopkins can do. So when they start to get slowed down, when teams do figure them out later on in the season, can Cliff Kingsbury make an adjustment to what this air raid offense is now and find a way to get this team over the hump? Because you're still going to have you're still going to have teams like the Rams. You're still going to have teams like the Packers. You're still going to have teams that are contending with the Arizona Cardinals to play, and those teams will make adjustments. Can Cliff do the same?
You know, I like that Key is taking it personally. The problem that you have, though,
Laura.
Yeah, he's still going.
The problem that you have, but the problem that you have when you're trying to take somebody away, they got too many takeaways. Who you going to really decide to take away? That's the problem.
Key, it's basically like Key is the defensive coordinator for any team that's going to have to play the Cardinals right now. He's like taking this so personally. I love it, Key.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.